everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I just wanted to sit down and do a olivey, fall-y, grungy-ish look, if that makes sense. So I was watching a Bailey Sarian video. I will link it down below, and that is what gave me the inspiration for this video because she used one of these Stila Suede Shade liquid eyeshadows and it made me want one really bad. And I was going to get the blue one that she used, but then I was in Ulta swatching them. And this little olivey green color, the shade is called Enchanted Earth, just really caught my eye and I thought it would be very beautiful. So that's what I'm going to do today. So I already have my eyelids primed with my Milani primer and I have my eyebrows done. I used my e.l.f. Precision Brow Pencil. I'm going to jump into my Kathleen Lights So Jaded palette and I'm going to dip into the shade Rose Quartz right here. And I'm going to use a really big fluffy brush. This is a Farrah 35E. And I'm just going to put this in as a transition shade, very soft. I am buffing in little circles because I want it to really be blown out and diffused. And I'm bringing the crease shade all the way in, making like a little crescent shape in my eye. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put on a little brow bone color. I'm going to take this little BH Cosmetics. It's a tiny little fluffy brush. The number rubbed off, but I'm pretty sure this is the from the Rose Quartz set. I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. And I'm going to dip into the shade My Precious. I want to keep it really matte up there. Again, taking my time and blending it down into my crease color so I have a nice seamless blend. I'm going to go back into the brush that I was using for my crease color and blending a little bit more because I went a little far down on this eye with it. Just gonna fix that. So now it's this guy's turn. Isn't it just the most beautiful olivey color? It's so pretty. Okay, so I'm going to apply this all over my lid. Just painting it on. And then I'm going to take a little bit smaller blending brush and I'm going to blend out the edge. And then I'm going to take my finger and I'm going to pat to blend the rest of the color on my lid. And I'm just going to do the same exact thing on the other eye. These dry down super beautifully. They are matte, but they're like shiny matte. Does that make sense? They are so soft looking. I really want to get more colors because they are beautiful. I have worn this a couple times and I don't find that they crease. I have like these little folds in my eye whenever my eyes open and they don't gather in the folds. So they're very nice. Now I'm going to take a Super Shock Shadow by ColourPop. This is in the shade Moonwalk. It's in this very beautiful olivey gold color. It's really pretty. This isn't going to be exactly like Bailey Sarian's. I'm just drawing inspiration. So I'm going to take some on my ring finger and I'm going to pat it. I'm focusing it in the center. And then whenever I have hardly anything left on my finger, I am very gently blending it out towards the corners, just to give a little dimension. Now that I think that's all I'm doing on the lids. Very simple, very basic. So now I'm going to move on to complexion. I've already moisturized and everything, so I'm just going to put this L'Oreal Visible Lift Serum Tint. This is in the shade Pearl. And I just want to put this on to give myself a little bit of glow. Like to press it into my skin to make sure it's really melted in and really in there. I don't find that this helps with the longevity of my makeup. I just like the glow that it provides. Today I felt like going back to a tried and true foundation that I feel like I haven't used in a while. This is the Physicians Formula Healthy Foundation. I'm using the shade LW2. It's a little dark for me. I keep meaning to pick up some of the fair shades they just came out with, because I think I might need that or maybe to mix it or something. But I just start with about that much and then I blend it out, and if I feel like I need more, I just put it on certain areas. Now I'm going to blend this in. I'm going to to take a little bit more right on the apples of my cheeks and around my jaw. So are you guys ready for Thanksgiving? It's in like a week. Yeah, maybe slightly over a week, but oh, it's coming. Where did this year go? It just flew by. I can't believe it. I'm already listening to Christmas music because for me, the Christmas season goes by super, super quickly, and I don't like it. I like it to last. I like to savor the cheer, you know? I have been a little bit lacking in the sleep department, so I'm going to take this Maybelline Instant Age Rewind eraser. This is in the brightening shade and my little sponge popped off. So what I do is I twist some up and then I put some underneath and then I use my sponge to blend it out. This is my ColourPop sponge. I have been loving this. I have actually been reaching for it a slightly more than my e.l.f. sponge, which you guys know is my favorite sponge. I use it the most. Okay, now I'm going to take the same concealer, but this is in the shade Ivory. This one still has the sponge. And I'm just going to layer that right on top. And I'm going to put it on my forehead, down my nose, and on my chin. And I pinch the sponge to create like a nice little line, and I kind of clean up the edge of my shadow like this. Normally I would take a makeup wipe and clean it up even further, make it really crisp, but today I want it to be like just really soft, so that's all I'm doing today. This foundation is so good. I cannot believe how light and airy it feels, but it provides a nice coverage. I myself like a medium coverage. I am not one to reach for a full coverage even for glam days, but if you like full coverage, feel free to substitute your favorite foundation if you're following along. I'm just gonna really take my time blending this in. I want my skin to look really nice and flawless today. When I want full, like flawless, beautiful skin, I always reach for my Healthy foundation. That's like my go-to, and it's only like $15, so that's not bad at all. Now I'm going to work on my lower lash line. I'm going to dip into Rose Quartz again from the So Jaded palette. Using that tiny brush that I used for my brow bone color, I'm just going to dust this very lightly. I'm going to pinch the brush actually and run this all the way across. I am going to take the shade Jade so I can pop a little bit of green on my lower lash line. Again, pinching the brush, but this time I'm going to like really place this right next to my lash line. And I'm only going to put this like a quarter of the way across. Now I'm going to blend this out, and I'm actually going to blend a little bit up in the corner and then sweep it across the lower lash line. I'm going to take my sponge and clean this up just a smidge because it got a little smokier than I wanted. So I'm going to take this Physicians Formula Sculpting Bronzer. This is in the shade Toffee. And I'm just going to place this like right around my cheekbone, like in this little shape right here. And along my hairline. And I'm going to dot it on the sides of my nose. And then I'm going to use my sponge. I'm laying this down more as a base around the areas I want to be more defined because I'm going to put a powder bronzer on top. I'm going to take my brush and kind of buff out the edges of that. It's a clean brush. This is a Real Techniques brush. It's one of their limited edition, I forgot what it's called, like brush crush or something like that. And then I'm going to very lightly dip into my Physicians Formula, using all my It's a Physician Formula kind of day. I should have clipped my hair back. What was I thinking? Blend this around. I'm just whispering it on my cheeks, like barely tapping the brush there. And then I'm going to run it on my jaw and a little bit down my neck. And I always like to put it right here because I have found that sometimes my makeup will look really beautiful and then there'll just be like a little random spot here where it's... Now for blush, I'm going to use this Milk Makeup blush. This is in the shade Work. It's one of their lip and cheek sticks. And I'm going to put it right here and on my nose and on my chin. I'm going to put a little bit right here on my temples, and then I'm going to blend it out. I have been seriously thinking about changing my hair color to a natural color, like I've been looking at a green-based ashy brown color, because I have been a more colorful color for 3 years. I was pink for 2, and this last year I've been bouncing back and forth between blue and pink, and I don't know, I'm just kind of bored. I get lots of compliments on my hair, but I just, you know, I feel like I'm stuck in a rut and I need to get out of the rut. Okay, I want to keep my highlighter pretty soft, so I'm going to use my ColourPop Aurora highlighter. This is the shade Coronation. And I'm going to focus, just swirl this on very lightly. What do you guys think? Should I keep my blue hair or should I go brown? Because this color right here, like my roots, this is my natural color right here. This is all me, just the blue is not. I have colored my hair since I was old enough, so maybe like 14 or something like that. I can't even remember. My mom is a hairdresser, so I got my hair colored all the time. But I was never any like super crazy unnatural color. I bounced back and forth between I bounced back and forth between reds and purple and, oh my gosh, reds and blonde and brown and a mixture of all those colors. But I was never like pink or blue or anything like that. Especially when I got into high school. The high school I went to did not allow any unnatural hair color. So that was kind of a bummer. I think I want just a little more blush. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take this blush and go on my sponge with it. And I'm going to pat it right here. Not quite on my apples, but like halfway, and then blending it up. That was a really great description, I know. But yeah, Thanksgiving's almost here. I am so in the Christmas spirit right now. I'm listening to Christmas music and my tree's already up. All my Christmas decorations are up. I'm so excited and I blast Christmas music every chance I get. I play it in the house, I play it in the car, and I drive my husband absolutely mad. But I'm one of those people that just, I love Christmas. I know it sounds ridiculous and slightly annoying, but you know, I don't care. All right, complexion's pretty much done. Wow, that went really fast today. Okay, so for my lips, in Bailey Sarian's video, she put on like this really nice vampy lip. So I'm going to do the same because I thought bold eyes, bold lips, you know, why not? I like that. I'm going to use a ColourPop lip liner. This is in the shade Mamacita. Ooh, oh my gosh. That's so pretty. And then I'm going to top it with a lipstick. This is a L'Oreal lipstick in the shade Berry Extreme. It's this really pretty vampy color, purpley vampy color. I don't know what it is, but I just really like the smell of these lipsticks. It smells like old makeup, like 1950s, 40s, 50s makeup, and I love that smell. I have been compiling a list actually to do a makeup through the decades, and I'm going to start in the Edwardian era and move on back move up to now. So that should be fun. I'm really excited for that. I love this so much. It looks so good. Okay, so now I'm going to pop on some mascara and I'll be right back. Okay, back. Mascara's on. I actually used 2 mascaras. I put my first coat on with this CoverGirl Super Sizer mascara, and then I put my last 2 coats with my ColourPop BFF mascara. This is in the shade Brownie Points. Okay, so now I'm going to spray my face. I'm going to use my ColourPop Pretty Fresh spray. This is so amazing. I don't feel like it adds a lot of hydration, if any, but it does make my makeup last a little bit longer than normal without being matte. So I really like it. I was not shy with the spray today. Okay, so now I'm going to take my sponge and just really press that into my skin. I know I kind of did things out of order. Normally I spray and do mascara and lipstick last, but you know, I felt like I'm going out of order today, so I don't want to hear it. I make my own rules. That's melted into the skin nicely, and now I'm going to use some brow gel. This is the e.l.f. Wow Brow in shade Neutral Brown. And I'm just gonna stick, I want my brows to kind of stand up, add attention, and be super feathery and wonderful. I want it to make it look like I have a lot of beautiful fluffy brows when I actually don't. Alright, that's as good as those are gonna get. So, looking in the monitor, it looks like I need more blush, so I'm going to put some of that on real quick. I'm going to use a powder blush. This is Milani Luminoso, and I'm just going to dip into it very lightly, and I'm just going to press that in. I'm not going to spray again because my face was still kind of tacky from the first time I sprayed, so I'm just pushing it into my face. Alright, this is the finished look. I must say, I quite love it. It's vampy, bold, grungy, super fall, super into it. Let me know if you enjoyed this by hitting the thumbs up button. That lets me know what kind of stuff you guys like to see. If I don't get another video before Thanksgiving, happy Thanksgiving to you all. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of the day. Don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell so you'll be notified every single time I upload. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye! Mwah. Stop shaking. There is the shade. Isn't it just the most beautiful? Stop shaking. These blend down. Oh, they blend. Shaking. Oh my gosh, it's getting everywhere.